What if I told you there's a frequency capable of resonating with the most subtle planes of your being, a vibration that not only awakens your spirit, but can also open the doors to infinite abundance? We're not talking about magic, but about the forgotten harmony between you and the universe. 99 Hertz, does that sound familiar? Maybe not yet, but that number holds an ancient secret. The golden vibration of supreme consciousness, the tone with which the soul remembers its true creative essence. Since time immemorial, sages have spoken of sound as a bridge to the invisible. In Egypt, it was said that the universe was born from the word. In India, Om contained the original vibration. And today, in our era of spiritual reconnection, specific frequencies emerge as vibrational keys. 99 Hertz is not just another. It is the crown of the expanded Solfia spectrum, the channel of divinity manifested in the here and now. This video is not merely a technical exploration or a superficial explanation of a luminous number. It's an invitation to understand how you can elevate your vibrational field to levels that previously seemed inaccessible. How can you harmonize your energy with that of the universe? Transition from desire to miracle, from lack to creation. And all this through the hidden power of sound. Have you ever wondered why some beings seem to attract opportunities, well-being and peace as if they were living magnets? And if the difference lies in the frequency at which they choose to inhabit their consciousness? Today, you will discover how the 999 frequency can become your most powerful ally in this process of internal transmutation and external expansion. Throughout this video, we'll explore the origins and spiritual symbolism of this frequency, its place within the human energy spectrum, how you can consciously use it to activate your higher auric field, and how it relates to the manifestation of miracles. You will see that miracles are not whimsical events of chance, but resonant responses to a vibration aligned with the heart of the universe. Prepare to feel more than understand, to remember more than learn, because in the echo of this golden frequency lies a simple yet transformative truth. Abundance is not attracted, it is remembered and vibrated. The idea that the universe is constructed of vibrations is not a modern notion or a New Age fad. It is an ancient truth whispered by sages, etched in stone, and sung in sacred languages. The 999 Hertz frequency, which we today associate with conscious manifestation, spiritual unity, and ultimate transmutation, is merely the culmination of an ancient understanding that all that exists is sound before it is form. In the most ancient mystical traditions, sound was considered the primary substance of the universe. The Hindus spoke of the Nada Brahma, sound, as God. For them, the universe was created not with matter, but with vibration. In ancient Egypt, the god Thoth, patron of wisdom and language, wrote not with ink, but with vibrational power. And in Hebrew Kabbalah, each letter was a living frequency, an energetic code that ordered chaos. Even in Greece, Pythagoras was not only a mathematician, but a musician of the invisible. He taught that the human soul was like a stringed instrument, and that every emotion, thought or action was a note vibrating in the great cosmic concert. Their vision of the music of the spheres spoke of planets emitting subtle and harmonious frequencies, inaudible to the ear but resonant in the soul. The 999 frequency, although not named in these systems, can be understood as a contemporary condensation of Pythagorean, tantric and esoteric wisdom. It represents the final octave of a spiritual journey, the vibration of the soul when it has passed through all the layers of the ego and returned to its origin, to unity with the source. In numerical terms, 9 is powerful. In many cultures, 9 is the number of completion, of the closing of cycles of transcendence. Multiplied by 3, its power is raised to the third power, resulting in a symbol of spiritual perfection, the vibrational state where there is no longer a separation between what you desire and who you are. 99, it doesn't just represent a physical frequency. It's a vibrational archetype of mastery, of expanded consciousness, of the soul that knows itself to be creative. In spiritual alchemy, this state was known as the great work completed, when the lead of ignorance has been transmuted into the gold of wisdom. The 999 frequency operates on that same logic, a vibration that catalyzes the release of the old self, to make way for the divinely aligned being. In Christian mystical contexts, the number 9999 has been seen as the inverted reflection of 666, the number of material density, while the latter represents attachment to the physical world and the illusion of separation. 999 is its redemption, light triumphing over shadow, the spirit awakening from its incarnate slumber. Yes, when we talk about listening or meditating with this frequency, we're not talking about an auditory fad, but rather a modern way of activating the same spiritual principles that moved ancient sages to chant mantras, intone psalms, or recite sacred names. It's a technology of the soul, a vibrational tool that reminds consciousness of its true divine architecture. Those who vibrate in 999 seconds don't escape the world. They transform it, don't deny matter, they consecrate it. Don't seek miracles as external rewards, but rather generate them as natural expressions of their aligned frequency. Because, as the ancients taught, you don't need to shout to be heard by the universe. You just need to vibrate in harmony with it. When we talk about creating miracles through a frequency like 999, we must begin by dissolving a fundamental illusion that miracles are external, capricious, almost magical phenomena reserved for a select few. That idea is itself what blocks access to true spiritual power. In reality, the miracle is nothing more than the natural result of a consciousness aligned with its original design. And this alignment is achieved not through forced effort, but through sustained vibration. The 999 frequency doesn't act like a switch that turns on the divine, but rather like a harmonic current that resonates with the highest part of your being and brings it to the material plane. Imagine that a crystal tower segmented into levels resides within you. Each level is a center of consciousness, the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, but that crystal is covered in dust, experiences, traumas, misconceptions about who you are and what you deserve. Vibrating at low frequencies, those of fear, scarcity, and separation, is like being trapped on the lower floors of that tower. The 999 frequency, on the other hand, begins to resonate in the highest levels, the upper chambers of your inner temple, and little by little, that vibration descends throughout your entire energetic body like a golden fire that disintegrates accumulated dust. It doesn't force the ascent. It remembers it. It doesn't manipulate matter. It inspires it. This is the first secret we must understand. Sound is not just heard, it is felt, inhabited, it becomes a living field. When you expose yourself to 999 hertz, especially in meditative states, your auric field begins to reorganize. Thoughts that don't vibrate in harmony with this frequency begin to dissolve. Dense emotions lose their density, and most notably, synchronicities increase, as if the universe were beginning to respond to you with supernatural speed. This doesn't happen because the universe is changing. It happens because you've changed channels. You've tuned into a higher level of reality. The 999 frequency is associated with the energy of the crown chakra, the 1,000-petaled lotus at the top of your head, which in esoteric traditions represents the gateway to the divine plane. When this chakra vibrates in coherence with the energy of the heart, an electromagnetic field so powerful it literally rewrites. The reality around you is generated. Think of it as an antenna. In the usual frequencies of everyday life, doubts, worries, unfulfilled desires, the signal is filled with noise. But when you enter 99 hertz, it's as if you're tuning that antenna to a pure cosmic transmitter, without interference, without internal contradiction. And that clarity is projected outward as a vibrational decree, an instruction to the quantum field. You don't need to know exactly how the miracle will happen. You just need to vibrate in coherence with it, because matter, as the ancient alchemists taught, always obeys the spirit. Thus, the first step in the process of creating miracles is not to ask, desire, or beg. It's to raise your frequency to the level where the miracle is already occurring. And that level has a vibrational name, 999 Hertz. One of the great paradoxes of the spiritual path is that it's not about achieving more, but rather about remembering what you already are. In this sense, the 9 frequency is not about changing the world, but rather about revealing yourself as the creator of the world you inhabit. And this revelation occurs when the soul has gone through enough cycles of forgetting to finally turn toward the light of its origin. 999 is the number of return. In sacred numerology, it represents the definitive closure of a phase. But not just any closure, it is the wise conclusion, the end that doesn't hurt because it has been understood, integrated and blessed. This is how this frequency operates in your vibrational field. It allows the old self to die, the one who doubted, the one who asked, the one who begged for miracles, to allow the luminous solar self, directly connected to the creative source, to be born. And how does it do this? Through the principle of resonance. Everything in the universe responds to its equal. If you emit from a place of lack, you attract reflections of scarcity. If you vibrate from inner plenitude, the universe becomes a mirror of abundance. This frequency doesn't attract things on its own. It awakens within you the consciousness from which those things already exist. That's the key difference. It's not about the frequency giving you something. It's about aligning you with the part of you that already has everything. Listening to or meditating with 999 exercises is like sitting in front of the large mirror of your expanded soul and beginning to see reflections that were previously covered by the fog of the ego. Many people make a common mistake when approaching these frequencies. They use them as if they were magic pills. They reproduce them while performing daily tasks, expect results without presence, or combine them without deep understanding. But the 999 frequency demands pure intention and receptive silence. It's not just about hearing, but about listening with your whole being. And here comes a crucial detail. The practice with 999 Hertzos is greatly enhanced. When combined with conscious breathing, golden visualization, and anticipatory gratitude. Gratitude in this context is not a forced feeling, but a vibration prior to the miracle. It's as if you're telling the universe, I know it's done. And that certainty is the master key. In deep states of connection, those who work with this frequency report mystical experiences, sensations of warmth at the top of their heads, visions of golden light descending down their spine, sudden synchronicities in their daily lives, unexpected solutions that come effortlessly. These phenomena are not external signs of success, but rather internal evidence that the vibrational field has been recalibrated. There is also a less discussed phenomenon, cleansing. When you expose yourself to such a high frequency, everything that doesn't resonate with it, limiting beliefs, stagnant emotions, old wounds, tends to emerge. This vibrational purge can be uncomfortable, but it is sacred. It's the soul freeing up space for its expansion. So don't run away if you cry, if you feel upset, if memories surface. Embrace the golden fire that burns within you only so you can be born again. The miracle then is not what happens outside, but the change in vibration that occurs within. The 999 frequency does not create for you. Awaken your inner creator. And that creator no longer acts from fear, but from love. It no longer needs to force abundance, because it knows that abundance is its natural state. Understanding the 999 frequency is not enough. You have to live it, integrate it as a way of being in the world, not as a sound that plays from time to time, but as a permanent vibrational posture. It's an everyday art, a discipline of the soul. How can we achieve it amidst the noise of the world? How can we inhabit infinite abundance without falling into the illusion that everything depends on external effort? The first essential piece of advice is to create moments of sacred silence. Higher frequencies don't erupt amidst mental chaos. They need space. Just as a seed doesn't sprout from a rock, the golden vibration only germinates in fertile soil of stillness. Dedicate at least 5 minutes a day to closing your eyes, inhaling deeply, and setting a clear intention. I'm tuning into my highest frequency. That intention is the antenna that attracts everything. Second, make gratitude your base vibration. Not a feigned gratitude or a soulless mantra. I'm referring to the kind of gratitude you feel even when there's no external evidence that anything has changed. That's what activates alchemy, because it's a vibrational declaration of trust. Thank you, because it's already the 999 frequency responds to those who walk as if the miracle has already happened. They're disconnect from what doesn't resonate with you. This doesn't mean rejecting the world, but rather choosing the frequency you live on. News that fuels fear, conversations filled with grievances, habits that make you forget your greatness. All of these lower your vibration and sabotage your energy work. Remember, every action is a vibrational decree. What are you decreeing with what you do daily? Fourth, nourish your body like a temple of light. The 999 Hertz frequency operates most intensely when the physical vessel is clean. It's not about perfection, but about coherence. Pure water, living foods, conscious rest. The body is your instrument. If it's out of tune, the soul's melody can't play. Fifth, and most importantly, act from vision, not need. Once you've tuned into the frequency, don't wait for results. Act as if they've already arrived. Speak as if you already have it. Love as if there's no lack. Because the universe responds to those who move from certainty, not doubt. Finally, and perhaps most powerfully, share your vibration. The 999 frequency multiplies when shared with loving intention. Be a beacon in the midst of confusion. Listen to others from the soul. Speak from your center. Inspire by your example. Every elevated act strengthens your energetic field and expands your reality. Remember this, you're not simply attracting miracles. You are becoming the miracle, and that changes everything. When you begin to understand that reality isn't imposed, but rather emitted, something within you silently reorganizes. As if the atoms of your consciousness awaken and remember the forgotten language of the soul. That language isn't verbal, it's vibrational. And in that secret language, the 999 Hertz frequency speaks an ancient truth. You are not a miracle seeker. You are the source from which they are born. What we have experienced together is not just information, but activation. Have you heard about the power of sound? About the symbolism of the number 999? About its energetic correspondence with the peak of the human being? But beyond concepts, there is something only you can do, feel. Because the golden frequency cannot be taught, it is awakened. And that task is deeply individual, intimate, and sacred. We live in a world that constantly pushes us toward dispersion. News, tasks, worries. Everything seems designed to knock you off your feet. But if the 999 Hertz vibration teaches us anything, it's that the only place where infinite abundance is possible is in the conscious, elevated present. There are no miracles outside the frequency of the soul. Therefore, when you decide to tune into this vibration, you are not just practicing another technique. You are choosing to re-inhabit your divinity. You are affirming that you no longer perceive yourself as a victim of chance, but as a consciousness capable of resonating with the highest levels of existence. And that act, that small moment of alignment, has more power than 1,000 desperate prayers. Because you're not asking from a place of scarcity, you're acknowledging from a place of wholeness. As we close this video, I want you to remember one thing. The 999 Hertz frequency isn't found in speakers, headphones, or even sound waves. It's within you, in every elevated thought, in every decision guided by love, in every grateful emotion. It's the pulse of your soul when it stops vibrating in survival and begins to vibrate in creation. That's the true miracle. When you no longer need to prove anything to anyone, when you no longer wait for the world to change to be at peace, when you discover that the greatest miracle is living in complete coherence with your luminous being. So now I invite you to make this frequency your habit. Listen to it, yes, but above all, live it. Make your body its temple, your words its echo, your life its manifestation. And if this message resonated with you, don't leave it here. Subscribe to the channel, like it, and share this video with those who are ready to remember its power. Because every soul that rises in frequency lifts the entire world. See you on the next trip.